All right. So there was a technical glitch, guys, due to which I could not continue with the last. Okay, here comes again. Just a moment. About this values that I have got in mind. All right. So here we got 7 different friends name in our memory. I need to allocate them. So how will I make it? Let us see. This is my array with size 7. Okay, now each cell is going to contain name for my friend. So what will happen? The first name will be stored in the first cell over here. Similarly, second name will be stored in the second cell. Third name will be stored in the third cell. The fourth name will be stored in the fourth cell, and so on. So every cell over here, how this system is understanding that I have to store the first name into this first cell. So for that, let us see every cell that we have created over here. Every cell is going to have some index for it. Okay, and the index starts with 0. I'll upload one video why the index starts with 0. Okay, until that time you guys start your research. Okay, now let us see. Here comes the first one, the first cell 0, then the second cell 1. These are the indexes belonging to these cells. Indexes are just like roll numbers. Indexes are just like the roll numbers. Here comes the second one. Wait, not the second, the third, that is 2. Then comes 3. Then we are having over here 4, and then 5. The last index will be always total number of elements minus 1, because the count started from 0. That's why. All right. So what will happen? Due to this piece of code, the first element will be stored in the first cell. So let me put the first element over here. So here in the first cell, Ajay is stored. In the second cell, Rahul is stored. In the third cell, Susmita is stored. In the fourth cell, Kajal is stored. The fifth cell, Gungun is stored. Sixth cell, Amit is stored. And the seventh cell, I'm not talking about the index number, I'm talking about cell number. And the seventh cell, Loki is stored. So basically, when I create array directly without the support of any extra keyword, I'm not using new keyword. Directly, I'm creating an array, assigning the value directly at the moment of creation. In this case, the values are stored like this. Okay. Now, the problem with this type of array is that you guys are aware of scanner, buffer reader, all these things where user is allowed to enter the data. Yeah. Suppose you are going to take support of scanner and then enter the values. In that case, how will you pass the values? Don't you think so? Code will become too much long again for that. And then when you are creating this array, suppose you are planning that I will have this many number of cells, and on those cells right now I'm not going to give any value, later I'll give the value based on my requirements. I'll be giving the values later. What to do in this case? Come on, think of it, think of it. In that case this array will not work na? In that situation creating array directly will not work. In that situation you need to go for creating array with the support of new keyword. All right, so now we are going to create array with the support of new keyword. All right, so before I go for other things, before I continue with the topic, if you guys are having doubt anywhere within this, please ask so that I can continue. I can get a proper flow of learning here. All right, okay, so now let us create array with the support of new keyword. Creating array with support of new keyword. All right, how it works, let us see. Okay, all right, now we need to follow some syntax over here. The syntax here is data type space array name pair of square bracket is equals to new keyword. New is the keyword space provide the data type again. Whatever data type you kept on the left hand side, same data type you need to keep here. Some reasons are there, obvious reasons are there. We'll be discussing about that later. As of now, just follow this structure. Okay, whatever type of data type you are taking over here, same type of data type you take right now on the other side. Okay, then okay, some people are not having the control over them. You guys will have concept called as upcasting. Do you know upcasting as a beginner? Then how will you explain that one? Think of it. Will be getting out of the track or not? That's the reason. That is why I don't tell extra things in the first day. When time will come, I'll explain. Don't worry, videos will be uploaded. Okay, on daily basis, live sessions will be there. But unfortunately, the live sessions can be conducted only in the early morning or late night, after 9 o'clock late night, or maybe early morning, 6 o'clock or maybe 6:30 o'clock, like that. If not in the morning, then obviously at night. If you're not able to attend the live sessions, don't worry, you can watch the records again. It will be available in YouTube. You can watch it again and again, no worries. If you get any doubt, put it in the comments. I'll reply to your doubts. I'll give solutions. I'll respond. Okay. Now a pair of square bracket again. Let's continue. Pair of square bracket again and a semicolon. Over here, what will happen? Over here, in this part of pair of square bracket, you need to specify that you are going to create a memory, a array memory, which will have multiple cells in it. Now tell me how many cells you want. You want 5 cells, 10 cells, 100 cells, 1500 cells, 2000 cells. How many cells you want, that one you have to specify. So here comes the size of the array. This is the basic syntax for creating an array with the support of new keyword. So right now, if I implement it in example, the previous code only, the previous code if I'll implement right now with this format, the code will change like this. String, array name, let's consider same friends, square bracket is equals to new string of pair of square bracket again. And now I want to say that I want to store names of 1500 different friends. So in that situation, I will write 1500. No. I want to store only 5 friends name. Okay, take 5. I want 7 friends name. Take 7. I will take minus 10. Not allowed. You will get an exception. Negative array size exception. Okay, again exception will arise, keep that in mind. Don't give here negative value or 10.5 something like this. The size should always be a positive valid integer. Remember, the size should be always a positive valid integer. Don't give negative numbers, don't give decimals, you'll get exception. Okay, right. Now if you give decimal means you'll be getting error. If you get if you give decimal, then in that case you'll be getting compile time error. If you give negative value like minus 10, in that case you'll be getting an exception, that is negative array size exception. Okay, I'll show you that how it works. Okay, now let us say for example previous scenario only, I'm taking 7 as the size because I want to say that I'll create an array that will have 7 cells in it, in which I can store 7 names, 7 string values. So now what I will do, I'll take a memory. In the background, memory is taken. After taking the memory, 1 second. Okay. After taking the memory, this is memory consists of 7 different cells. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me stretch it a little bit so that I can put one more, that is 7th one. And here comes the 7th one. So I got 7 different cells over here. I hope this is clear now. Alright. Now each cell is going to have index number. Okay. Each cell is going to have the index number. And come on, tell me what is the index number? The first index number, index value. Index numbers are just like roll numbers. Okay, now tell me. Very good. Perfect. You are on track. Very good. The first index is 0. Then 1. Okay, the last index will be? Come on. Last index will be? 6. Why? Why 6? Very good. 6 is the correct answer. But why? Why the last index is 6? Very good. The mathematical formula for last index is total size of array minus 1. Perfect. So right now here 0, 1, 2 and so on. I'll continue. 3, then comes here next 4, 1 second, 5 and the last one 6. Okay, now earlier when I created the array in this format, creating the array directly, here I assigned the values that I wished for loading into the memory. Right now I don't have any values. So what will happen to the array? In each cell right now, default value will be loaded. And the default value depends on data type. Repeating again, default value depends on the data type. I have taken the data type string, so the default value will be null. If I would have taken the data type as int, in that case, every cell would have got the default value 0. As of now, every cell is getting the default value null because every cell is containing the value null because the default value depends on the data type. I have taken the data type data type string, and the string data type's default value is null. That's for null. If I would have taken here int friends array is equals to new int, in that case here every cell would have got 0. I hope you're clear with this point. Here I'm getting null because I took string as the data type. I would have got here false if I would have taken boolean as the data type. I would have got here 0, 0.0 if I would have taken double as the data type. So don't think of it that every array is going to have the default value null. No, not like that. It depends on the data type. I took string, that's why default value is null. If I take boolean, default value false. If I take let's say for example long, in that case default value 0. Okay, you know very well that different data types are having different default values. Easy. Okay, so as of now this is my array, and this array will have some name. Obviously I'll put some name for this array. Just a moment. This is my array. This came too much up. Wait 1 second, let me just arrange it. Okay, all right. Now this is the array. This array is having a common name, that is friends. Okay, now I want to access these elements. All the elements are in different cells. Each cell is having its index. How will I access these elements? To access these elements, I need to take support of friends subscript. When I say friends of 0, that means it is pointing to this element. Suppose I say friends of 5. When I say friends of 5, that means it is pointing to this one. Got some idea here? If I say friends of 3, that means this one will be pointed. Easy thing. Easy na? I don't want this default values. I want to change these values. So in that case, obviously you are knowing that this way we can point to those elements. I can access the cell and I can make changes. So let us say friends of 0 equals to Ajay semicolon. Similarly, friends of 1 is equals to, what was the another name? Rahul. Similarly, friends of 2 is equals to, within double quotes, Sushmita, and so on. You can continue, but make sure you can write up to friends of 0 to 6, not more than that. More or less than that, if you write, means you'll be getting exception again, that is array index out of bound exception. Suppose for example I write friends of 7 and I'll assign it as let's say for example, what name we will take, Java Vault. If I do like this, then obviously it will raise one exception. During execution of the program, you'll find the problem. Compilation, there will be no issue. When you execute the code, that time you'll get the problem. That is called as exception. And the exception that will arise over here is array index out of bounds exception. All right. This is what the problem will happen if you try to access the element or the cell that is not existing over here. All right. So when you are accessing, make sure you are accessing within 0 to last index. Within that range you access. More than that, less than that, if you access, you'll get exception. Array index out of bound exception. So 2 exception we found. Recall 2 exception. Here, size should be note. Here, important note. Very much important note. Important note over here. Note. The size should be always positive integer value. Okay. If we give negative integer, then during compilation there is no issue. During compilation there is no issue. But during execution we get an exception. But during execution we get an exception. That is negative array size exception. Remember this rule, okay? This is very much important rule for all. Right. I hope you got the basic idea. Now, let us do one program. As it is for the beginners, I'm going to take a platform named as BlueJ. I can write down the code in any of the other IDE like Eclipse, or I can take support of text editor also. As of now, I'm taking just BlueJ. Let me take a new class. I'll name it as Facebook. All right. So, public class Facebook, which contains a main method from which execution will start. Main method is the starting point of execution, and the main method is designed as public static void main. Public because JVM can access it, static because I want to allow the JVM to access it without the creation of object, void because I don't want the main method to return any value, and the name main is obviously it's generic name everyone is using. It's the universal name. Okay, it's a predefined way they have created that you have to create this public static void main with the parameter string array of arguments. And you see array is here. From the starting of your Java, we are getting array. What this array is doing over here, again different story will come. Okay, string array of arguments. You can write args to be any other name also. You can write it as Java Vault, no issue. It works fine. No compile time error, no execution error, no exception. Okay, during compilation also you'll not get any error. During execution also you'll not be getting any kind of exception if you change the args to Java Vault. Reason is just a variable name. You'll be saying no, we heard that main method should be written as it is. Public static void means string array of arguments. No, it's not like that. Rule says that you should write the main method as public static void main string array parameters. Okay, the parameter name you can take anything, no issue, but just to make it generic for all, just to make it universal or standardized for all, we write args. Why args? Args stands for arguments. Argument means we'll be passing values to the main. That is a different story, we'll see later. As of now, let's see, continue, focus only on the field, this array. So I am going to take a single line comment creating array to store names of 5 different friends. Okay, we took 7 friends, so let me take it as 7 friends. Okay, now string array of friends. Can I write the array symbol here before the variable name? Yes, you can write it over here. You can write it in the end, no issue. Choice is yours. Now directly I'll assign the names. Now what we are going to do, as of now this array that I have created is an empty array. This is an empty array. Please understand it. This is an empty array, no elements right now. I want to put elements. Creating an array directly to store names of 5 different friends. So directly I'm going to take. So right now let me take these names. Here are the names, copying and pasting over here. All right. So these are the names of my friends. This is how we create array directly. How will I display the values now? Multiple ways are there. Different way to create array, store element. Now different way to display the element. Displaying elements of array by using loop. Which loop? I am going to take for loop. Let us say for index starts with 0. So I'm writing int index is equals to 0. I want the index to go up to the length of the array, and then index plus plus. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to retrieve each element inside the loop. System.out.println. To retrieve the element, I need to write friends of the index value. Why I'm writing like this? Reason is that the loop will keep on iterating again and again, and the index value will change. Index value will start from 0 and will go up to the length. What is the length? Length is 7. So 0 less than 7, true. Display friends of 0. Ajay will be displayed. Then 0 will change to 1. 1 less than 7, yeah, true. Friends of 1, Rahul will be displayed. Like that, it will keep on going up to Loki. Loki's index was 6. 6 less than 7, true. Friends of 6, yeah, Loki will be printed. And then 0 will be nothing, sorry, that 6 will be changed to 7 at the end. 7 less than 7, false. So our work is over. Names will be displayed. Let me compile. Compilation successful. And after then, let me just execute this Facebook. Okay, these are the names. I want to make it more readable. So let us say outside the loop, I'm going to write a readable message for the users. System.out.println. Let me write here names stored in array. Compile, close, call the main method without arguments. Names stored in arrays, all this. Let me write again. So let me execute that one again. Okay, names stored in array are all these elements. This is one way. You could have done it in without using loop as well. Okay, you could have done that without using loop. How will you do that without using loop? Okay, without using loop, what is the issue? Let's see. Displaying elements of array without using loop. See the issue. You have to manually write the repeated code again and again. System.out.println. Here you have to say friends of 0. Sequentially you need to write. Friends of 0. If you write friends of 0 again and again, then every time the element present in 0th index will be displayed. Check here. You have to change the index manually, you see. Just a moment. Over here, you see. Ajay is the element present in friends of 0. That's why I'm getting Ajay again and again. And I don't want that. I want all the names. So manually I need to keep track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then here 6. And I'm writing 7 as well. Let's see how many of you can recall. I'm accessing friends of 7. Background in the memory friends of 7 is not present. What will happen? Exception will arise. Compilation, no issue. Execution time will get the exception. Compilation, no syntax error. You see, no errors at all. In the bottom, class compiled, no syntax error. But when I execute, everything will go smoothly up to line number 18. Everything is going smoothly. All of a sudden, here you're going to get a problem. Array index out of bound exception. Let us check that one. You see, array index out of bound exception, index 7 out of bounds. Look at here. Let me show it to you again. Compile, close, and then execute by calling main method. You see, index out of bound exception I'm getting. Why? You see, look at there. All the names are displayed. Ajay, Rahul, Susmita, Kajal, Gungun, Amit, Loki. All these names are displayed, but all of a sudden an exception arised. That is array index out of bound exception. Okay. So manually when I'm writing to access the elements, there is a chance I may do some mistake of accessing it beyond the range. That's the reason I'm not suggesting to access it manually line by line like this. takes support of loop and then access. All right. Now, one more way is there, that is using enhanced for loop. That is one way. Advanced more way using stream API, using for each loop, for each method. In future, we'll see that. As of now, this is a beginner's code, so that's the reason this two way I'm showing. Okay. And make sure one more thing, when you are displaying using the using the for loop, in that case also here less than length you should write. What is this length? Friends dot length means array name dot length. Dot length will return the size of the array. Okay. Accessing name stored in array using loop, and then without using loop. All right. This is the complete code for creating array directly and displaying the elements. What about creating array with the help of new keyword and then allowing the user to enter the value? Interesting. So for that, let us consider another scenario. Let's say I'm going to design a scenario for you guys know, like there are some agents, travel agents, who have small offices. They provide tickets, they do all the itineraries for you. So right now, let me take travel agent system model, or let's say the travel agent has named its firm as, let's say the firm name is TicketGo. All right. So now class TicketGo. Let me take it as public class TicketGo. Okay. Inside which I'm going to have the main method from where I can start the execution of the program. Public static void main string array of arguments. Inside the main method, I'm going to take string destinations is equals to new string, and let me provide the size. I'm going to have 10 different destinations. The TicketGo firm is going to have 10 different destinations for which they are allowing, or for which they are giving facilities to travel. Okay. Now my array is ready. This is creating array by the help of new keyword. We use the new keyword. All right. Now what happens here? Let's take only 7, not 10. Okay, 7. What will happen over here? Let's see. Here, string destinations is equals to new string means array created with 7 cells, and each cell right now has default value, and you know the default value depends on the data type, that is string data type taken here, so default value will be null. Now what I am going to do, I want to load values into each cell. So destination of 0 is equals to, let's say, Agra. Similarly, destinations of 1 is equals to, let's say, Kerala. Then over here, Shimla. Then Manali. Then Goa. Then let us say Hyderabad. All right. You see one problem again. while you are manually writing, make sure that you maintain the indexes properly. Otherwise, what will happen? Destinations of 0 is equals to Agra. Okay. Agra loaded in the first cell. Destination of 1 equals to Kerala. What will happen? Let me show you the diagram that will be better for you. Here is my array. Array created with 7 different cells. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last one 7. All right. Okay. Each one is having some index that starts with 0, 1, just a second, 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are my indexes. In each index, initially default values are loaded. Null. In every cell, we are having default values. Okay. Now, as per my code, I said destinations of 0 is equals to Agra. Just a second. Destinations of 0 is equals to Agra. So what will happen here? In the background, in this place, here, destinations of 0 here, over here, what will happen? Here, null will be overridden by a new value, that is Agra. The null is gone and the new value is provided over here, that is Agra. I hope it is clear now. Okay. Then I'm having destinations of 1 is equals to Kerala. So for this, in this place, just a second, over this place, null was there. Destinations of 1, null was there. Right now, the new value will come, that is Kerala. Then in the code you see, I wrote destinations of 0 is equals to Simla. So what will happen? Problem, you see, problem. Earlier destinations of 0 was Agra. Now again writing destinations of 0 is equals to Simla. That means in place of Agra, the Agra value is gone and the new value is assigned, that is Shimla. Problematic thing na? You don't want Shimla over here. You want Shimla in the next cell. So to put Shimla in the next cell, what you need to do? You should not write a destination of 0 again. You should change it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this. You will keep on changing for every cell now. Every cell will get a proper value. And then last destination of 6 is equals to, let's take the people to some another place. Let's say Meghalaya. Or let's say Mizoram. We'll take them to Mizoram. Okay. So these are the destinations. 7 different destinations. One more question. Can I put duplicate data? I want to put Kerala again. Allowed, not allowed? Obviously allowed. Duplicate values can be there, no problem. Okay, you can put duplicate values, no issue at all. Now to display the elements, obviously displaying elements. How will I display? Take the support of loop. index is equals to 0, index less than destinations dot length, and then index plus plus, inside which you display system dot out dot println destinations of 0. Sorry, not 0, I. If you give 0 means whatever number of time the loop will execute. If you give 0 over here, then whatever number of time loop will execute, that many times destinations of 0 will be displayed, means Agra will be displayed. 7 times loop will execute, 7 times Agra will be displayed. I don't want that. I want the index. So that index will change. Here destination of index will also change. So for better understanding, system.out.println, let me provide a readable message. Destinations we have are already compile, close, and then call the main method. See here, destinations we have Agra, Kerala, Shimla, Manali, Goa, Hyderabad, Mizoram. Let me execute again by clearing the screen. Over here, destinations that we have. Okay. Now, what if I don't want to write manual code like this? I want to allow the user to enter the values. Means I'll allow the travel agent to assign the destinations first, then display. In that case, I need to take support of scanner. Scanner SC equals to new scanner. And then it consists of a primary input resource that is system.in. Now scanner is ready. Now you see I'm getting red lines under it. Why? Because scanner is a predefined class. You need to import, the red line didn't come for that. Okay. Now it is coming. Scanner is a predefined class that you have to import from java.util. So import it in the beginning, java.util.scan. If you're not going to import it, your system cannot recognize it. Okay. Now after that, let me say system.out.println. Let me ask the user, enter the destinations available. Okay. Now again take support of loop, int index equals to 0, index less than, how many times I want to execute, whatever is the length of destinations, length of my array, then index plus plus. Can I take same variable again and again in two different loop? Yes, we can take. This index is limited within this scope. You can take, no problem. Now destinations of earlier used to say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, same code everywhere, but only this thing is changing. Index value is changing and the entered value is changing. So destinations of index is equals to, let the user enter sc dot next line. Predefined method I'm taking sc dot next line. Next line is a predefined method used to take string input from the user. User will enter all the values, 7 values, and then whatever values entered, that is displayed. Compile, close. Okay, look at it. Enter the destinations available. I'll enter the values now. Agra. Then what are the other names? Kerala. Then let me recall the names. I'm forgetting the names again. Shimla. 1 second. Shimla. Then Mizoram. I'm just taking random names. Okay. Goa, Manali. How many entered? 6 entered. Now 7th one I'll enter. Let us say, for example, I'll take here Maldives. Extra. 7 names entered, and then all the names are displayed in a proper sequence. And this is how we create an array. We access the elements of the array. We can allow the user to enter the elements into the array. And we got the situation when to go for creating array directly and when to go for creating array using new keyword. So we go for creating array directly when we are sure about the values and we know the fixed number of values. Then when will I go for creation of array using new keyword? When I want to allow the user, as a programmer or as a developer, I want to allow the user to enter the names, enter their elements as per their choice. Not only names, the elements. Let the user decide what elements they want to store. In that case, take the support of creating array using new keyword. But one problem is there. If you create array using new keyword, means every cell that you have got in the memory, every cell initially will have the default value, and the default value will be depending on the data type. Then one more problem. If you are allowing the user to, if you are creating array using new keyword, you need to mention the size. As a developer, you need to provide the size. By chance the size is negative, then during compilation there is no problem, but during execution you'll get an exception, that is negative array size exception. Let me show you that problem here. Here I'll say -7, save, compile, close. Now if I execute, you'll be seeing an exception. You see, negative array size exception. Look at here. So these are the rules we need to follow. We need to remember these things first, then only we can continue. All right. So I hope you guys have got the basic of it. If you have liked the content, make sure to provide some comments so that I can get the interest of you, like whether you are interested in learning further or not. I can create some more content like this, and then I'll promise to upload videos for you every day. Okay, give me some more days. Little bit more work is going on for me, and meanwhile I have already prepared like many videos. I'll be uploading it day by day for you. Okay, and best of luck for the ICC board aspirants. I know your exams are nearby, so don't worry. For you guys, it will be like a bonus. I'll be uploading videos topic wise every day, and I'll be conducting live sessions mainly. If I'm not uploading video, means guaranteed I'm going to conduct the live sessions. No charges required, nothing required, just your support is required. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe it, inform it to your friends as well, so that they can also get the knowledge. You can get better competition during the live sessions. Okay, if you get the competition in the live sessions, competition in the sense your friends will attend, they'll comment, they'll put the doubts, you can get more doubts, you can get more knowledge. I'll ask questions. We'll see who is responding fast. I'll take the names of the people. We'll see who is the winner, who is practicing and learning properly. It will be disclosed during the sessions. All right. So as of now, this was for today, guys. Thank you so much for coming. And please put the comments. If you're getting any doubts, you want me to cover any specific topic, please put it in the comment. I'll promise to make the videos based on those topics very soon. Thank you so much, guys. See you soon.